How do you do, fellow game developer? Let's say you had a hankering to adjust the UI in our cool epic video game DinoPack, and you wanted to change how this blueprint widget works, or perhaps how even this tiny other little blueprint widget works for whatever visual purpose you might have. And you want to change it based on the dynamic data provided by each unit, like its battle deck size or its attack and health. Well, good news. I am producing a tutorial to help you do just that. So, required preface. As you guys know, each of our dinosaurs are stored in this dinosaur data asset data structure. You can find the dinosaurs in the dinosaurs folder of our project under casual. These are all the dinosaur data assets. Here's an example of one. Now, this data asset stores a lot of the important information about a dinosaur. Um, this is great because we automatically are pulling from this in the widget blueprints. So I'm going to show you guys how to edit the widget blueprints dynamically based on any of the information in this drop-down list, right? So inside the widget blueprint of dinosaur info, here is our widget. Um, Something to keep in mind for the record is a lot of this kind of gets processed using the boxes in Unreal's widget system. Boxes are just systems that we can use to overlay data horizontally or vertically and within certain sizes so that we can dynamically maintain and adjust UI values, right? So like, for example, um, this size box has everything in the UI in it, right? Started in an overlay so that we can stack multiple things in it, but we have a vertical box that stores like this horizontal box. This size box would contain the art of the dinosaur. You could stick something in there. This horizontal box is a spacer. This size box has the text for the dinosaur in it. There's just a lot of boxes being used, so get comfortable with changing the numbers. You'll just need to play with this. That's kind of the gist of it. But more importantly, when you want to change the functionality of this blueprint, like say I want to pull some other number, like say I want to display whether or not the dinosaur's trait here, right? That way, to do that, obviously we'll need a text field that we can use as an example. I'll use name text right now, but you'll want to make a new text and make sure to set is variable to true. And we can pull over to the event graph. What happens in this event graph is very simple. This init text function gets run whenever we show the card, and it uploads the dinosaur data, same thing as this asset, and then we can set all the values in here based on that. So for example, pulling out of it, the way you get this is you can pull out of the data asset and you can type in anything that you want to know. So for example, once again, if I wanted the trait, we could do get trait, bang, and then I get the trait. And enumeration is great because if I have an enumeration, I can do a switch statement and then switch on the trait, and I can do a bunch of different changes based on the trait. So in this example, I would probably do it like this. Or I guess another little blueprint thing you can do is a sequence. That way I can run all this, and then I can run my new switch statement without worrying about any of this other blueprint mess over here. And then I could get name text, and you just pull out of here and you run set text. Bang. And then I can be like, put it in here, and then I can type in herbivore. And as you guys can see, you can also drag in names, or actually you can drag in any data type as you need. But I could set the name herbivore, I could set the name, carnivore. I could set, piscivore. And that will automatically go ahead and set the thing. Let me disable the actual name for a second so I can show you that that's worked. Oh, I forgot to set the text target. There we go. Forget that. And then, so for example, now this Suchomimus is being called a carnivore because that's how it's labeled because we didn't have other things. Another card pack, for example. Yeah, all the dinosaurs. Ceratops. And then this Suchomimus is correctly labeled as being a piscivore. Bang. that should be great. Otherwise, it's just going to take a lot of usual Blueprint UI to figure out how to go ahead and adjust other elements in here, right? Like for example, the background of the object. Where's that in here? Here it is. The background is right now just a blank color. Set an appearance. You can actually set it to an image. So if you had a better texture file, you could set it in here and that would change it. It's all the usual Unreal UI stuff. I don't feel the need to change that. I'll also go ahead and show you the stat shower. So this is the actual card UI. This widget blueprint here controls the little stat user interface that you see all the time on the dinosaurs. This number right over here. And this is slightly different because we also have access to the dinosaur data as you need the data asset. For example, we use it to set the army size. But for this one, when we call set texts, we grab the dinosaur's current attack and health, and we go ahead and set it over here. This is just a big set of if statements to change the color of the text based on if it's a newly changed increase or decrease. But just keep in mind, the data asset is going to store the base dinosaur attack and health, so like the original stats on the card, whereas attack and health in set texts is going to store the current attack and health of the dinosaur as it gets damaged or as it gets buffed. Great, that should be everything here. If you have any questions or need me to walk you through it a little more, let me know.